Hi, I am Narendra Kumar, and in this video, we are going to understand what we shall learn depending on our role. Because there are so many things in Databricks, it becomes confusing what exact features we shall learn and what level of knowledge is required for each of the feature. So we will cover the different roles at a high level, and within data engineering, we will cover the role levels and the level of expertise at each and every role. So let's get started. So at a high level, Databricks has three different roles. So one is data engineers who build the batch and streaming data pipelines where I have mainly expertise on. And then second are the data scientists or ML engineers who develop, deploy and monitor machine learning model. So mainly they work on the data science area. And third persona or third kind of people are data analyst. What they do is they are end users of the data. They are mainly interested in querying the data, visualizing the data, or creating dashboards in Databricks. So these are the roles at a high level. And because I have mainly expertise in data engineering, so within data engineering, let's see what different level of roles are there. So it starts with a data engineer. These are the people who have experience around 1 to 5 years. They build mainly the reliable pipelines, working for mainly ingestion and transformation of data. They use the Databricks data related tools, and they build the medallion architecture patterns. And they have their seniors to get help from whenever they need. And after anybody goes beyond 5 years, then we normally consider them a senior data engineer until like their experience is around 8 years or 9 years sometimes. So what they do is they shall be aware of everything that data engineers know, and additionally they shall be familiar with the optimization techniques and in Delta Lake what advanced features are there, and they shall be able to guide the data engineers to build anything, to help them out whenever they need any help. And after 8 or 9 years anybody becomes data architect. So architects, they has to be technically very strong, and they shall be knowing all the features in Databricks like end to end, because they are the decision makers. They shall be able to design end to end what all features we are going to use, how we are going to use them, and if DE or SDs they face any issue, so data architects has to be there to guide them. So that way this is the highest level of knowledge. And sometimes after architect, there are like senior data architect, principal architect, there are more, but the knowledge level or learning perspective, the same things apply for every role beyond this. And I have, in general, I have not included the roles related to platform and infra side of things because that's a totally different field. So now let's see within Databricks what all features shall we learn depending on our role. So we will have three types of features. These are the must-have feature that we have to learn if we want to crack any interview. And this also includes, like I would say, minimum set of requirement. If you become expert in these, depending on your level, so then you can crack any interview you want, and rest of the features those will be optional or for future use. But if you are able to satisfy the interviewer at a in depth about these things, then you can clear the interviews. So notebooks for writing PySpark, this is the very starting thing. Every level we have to be expert in this. Same goes for SQL editor. And to orchestrate these notebooks, we must be knowing how to use workflows and jobs. This is also something we have to learn at a very high level. A high level, we mean like high expertise. And Delta Lake also, we have to learn in depth. Similarly, autoloader, which is used to load incremental files, this is also very important. When it comes to clusters, so at DE level, we shall be knowing what all types of clusters are there and how to use them. To decide cluster configuration, it normally depends to SDE and architect levels. And in terms of Unity catalog, DE people, they shall be knowing how to use those features and in general how to play around Unity catalog. They can always get help from SDE and architect. And SD level, they shall be knowing all the features and how to configure them sometimes. And architect, they have to know each and everything so that they can design it end to end. And we have a AI coding assistant in Databricks that everybody has to know in detail how to use it. It has even three modes. And system tables, which are really useful feature. But D level, it is low. Even if they don't know, it is okay. Uh, the senior people, they can guide them. SD level, they shall learn. They shall be knowing what all things are there at a high level. And architects, they have to know everything. Next, these are some of the features which are good to have. So, if you do not know these features, then also it is fine. If you know these are value added for you. So, starting with the Delta Live table, some people think that it is mandatory, but I have worked for 12 years, but I have never used this. I know what are these, but project wise, I have not used. So, that way it is not mandatory, but knowing it, it adds value. We all shall be like knowing it. It's a good thing. In terms of security and RBAC, DE and SDs, they don't care. Architects take care of it. Same goes for these rest of the features like asset bundles, dashboards, alerts, uh, lakehouse monitoring, and doing some things via Databricks API. All these things, D level, they shall be having some basic knowledge. SD, they shall be knowing how to use these things in general. Depending on the project, we may or may not use them. Architects, they has to know in detail so that they can guide the team whenever required. And then comes the next set of features, which are, I have categorized them as future ready. So these are very new features. Very few people are using them right now. So depending on your project, you may or may not use them. But after a couple of months or a year or two, everybody will be knowing these. So if you learn this will be really value addition for you. And during interviews also, if you mention that you have learned these latest features, you know how to use them. So it will show that you are already ahead of time, and it that perspective, it adds lot of value. So these features, they include like data sharing, how we share the data, and then Lakeflow Connect, which is very recent feature. After some time, everybody will be probably using it. This is to ingest the data. Marketplace is to share the data assets to other people, other organizations. Using metric views, we build semantic layer. Databricks 1, it is a new UI itself, which is for business users. Jenny, it is an AI based natural language query feature where we can query anything in general English on top of the tables and other data sets. AI model serving, these three feature: model serving, playground, and vector search. If you want to be AI ready in future, this is something you must learn. That's why I have even kept it high for DE levels, because this will be a new normal after some time. And then to after using these features, we build web apps in Databricks. We can do that. We have a lake base which can act as a backend database for our web apps. Agent bricks, which is a very new feature where we can create some agents and play around it. It is also gaining a lot of popularity now. And we can use AI using SQL in Databricks, which is new feature. Many people, they don't even know it. Even like it can do things like we can parse the PDF documents using SQL. So that's powerful it is. So in general, these features I would recommend you to learn so that you can be future ready. But if you are just getting started or want to switch to the data engineering domain, then you can not focus on these right now. You can focus on the must have features, and these you can learn in future. So that's all I wanted to explain. And if you still have any queries, any doubt, or if you have any other feature in mind that you are confused, what shall be your knowledge level, then let me know in the comment section. And if you like this content, please put a like and comment on this video. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye bye.